Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to address this big conference. For 77 years, you, the Palestinians, have been denied humanity, freedom, and justice. You have experienced expulsion, occupation, and humiliation. All through the 77 years, the United Nations called for a Palestinian state, existing alongside and in peace with Israel. But the West, and especially the United States, never even tried to enforce the UN decisions, but rather armed Israel to defy them. More and more occupied Palestinian land has been violently taken over by colonialist settlers, and during nearly 2 decades, Gaza was changed into a huge open-air prison, totally dependent on UNRWA support for survival. Over the past some 460 days, the tragedy of the 77 years has exploded into a human catastrophe of historic dimensions. The trigger was the hideous terrorist attack by Hamas on civilian Israelis on the 7th of October 2023. But the Israeli response has long since exceeded anything like legitimate self-defense. It turned into a giant campaign of revenge, a terrorist war crime against the Palestinian people, with 46,000 dead, 108,000 wounded or crippled for life, aside with all the casualties caused by disease and destruction elsewhere. Still, in this very week, every day in Gaza, scores of civilians are killed by bombs, and many others, in particular children, are given in to starvation, thirst, cold, and sickness. Gaza is destroyed and uninhabitable. Necessary humanitarian supplies are denied access. UNRWA is banned, meaning that Israel is waging war against the United Nations and against every effort to uphold Palestinian lives and Palestinian identity. Health personnel and journalists are targeted systematically. On the West Bank, Israeli settlers violently conquer more Palestinian land and kill civilians. I think many people in rich Western countries simply do not understand the background and the character of the enormous tragedy that's ongoing. We must break through that often seems to be an impenetrable media barrier to enlighten them about the gruesome facts on the ground and make them understand that Palestinians are human beings with the same hopes and the same rights to a peaceful and decent life than most of us in the Western world already enjoys. Thank you for inviting me to this.